Squad Pod. Squad Pod.
Hey everybody, welcome to Squad Pod Sports, where we bring you our latest thoughts on the games and news around the sports world. A lot of news going on, some more signings and cap casualties within the NFL.
Cap casualties going around.
All around. We got March Madness, a lot of brackets broken. A lot of upsets. Every bracket. A lot of upsets.
I don't think there's any perfect brackets anymore.
And then we'll get into this week's hot and not takes for the NBA and some other NBA news because there's some significant injuries that happened this week.
Yeah. There's a lot of injuries that have happened this year, but we'll get to all that.
Yeah, exactly. And then we just have a little bit of NHL news, and then we'll roll into our bias bubbles and the crazy sports stat fact of the podcast. But I mean, we can kind of hop right into it. March Madness, as we all know,
It's been mad.
It's been pretty mad.
You got Oral Roberts taking down our squad.
Ohio State went down. Didn't think it was going to happen. I had money on Ohio State.
Man, see, I didn't have money on the game at all. And then I put money on Oral Roberts the next game. One big, man. One big. I love it. I love it. Like, I had to at least capitalize a little bit off of the heartbreak that we had from them beating us. You know what I mean? I had to at least bet on it a little bit. But it's been pretty crazy. It's been upsets galore. I don't think, like, I can't really remember there being too many more upsets than this. And, like, I was watching your previous podcast you were just on with them on Sideline Sports, and how you guys were talking about it. It just seems like COVID really did have an effect on what's going on right now. You still got 3 number 1 seeds, but like you look at all these double-digit teams you got still left. Mm-hmm. It's a weird year for basketball, but really it's weird. It just goes to show you who's going to persevere. You know, even teams. See, that's the weird thing about it, because you could be doing great, and then 1-2 players get COVID, and you can't qualify, like that type of thing. So it's a weird year. It's just get to the end and survive. It's kind of similar to what we just saw in the playoffs in the bubble. Even though they didn't have to worry about COVID, they were just like straight in there, focused on one goal, get it done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a weird year.
I'm rolling with Loyola.
I'm rolling with Villanova. I'm rolling with Philly Nova.
Philly Nova? Mm-hmm. I always liked Villanova, man.
That's one thing I wanted to ask you, so you had going throughout the rest of it here. Bro, Chicago be playing that crazy ass defense. Like that would be the second team I would pick, to be honest. Not over Baylor. Bro,
Gonzaga has been really good.
Loyola, oh my God, they have that defense. So I definitely agree with you on that. They've been balling. But yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and pick Villanova. Just because I remember being younger and really liking Villanova. Not like more than Ohio State or anything, but just like I don't know why.
I've always liked Villanova too. They're just always like a low-key team. Like, they're in it every year pretty much, but like they're just low-key. I mean, they won the other year.
Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna roll with them. And the only other thing I had about that was I'm just pretty upset about Ohio State going down, man. I really wanted to be wearing Ohio State jersey on this podcast.
For Ohio State right now.
I know, right? It should be like, yeah, Ohio State's going further. Both of us completely agreed on that. Nope.
Damn Oral Roberts.
God damn Oral Roberts. To be honest with you, I've never even heard of this school before.
Never heard of this damn school, but they're in here beating Ohio State.
After we just did everything we could to get up to the Big Ten championship, you know what I mean? And like losing before getting, like, you know, obviously Illinois won, but Illinois is even out. Like, they lost. Like, it's just, I don't understand what's going on.
What is happening?
You can't predict the shit.
You can't. You can't. That's why there's maybe one person a year that gets that shit, or like a couple people that gets a perfect bracket somehow.
I saw there was only like 2,000 brackets that even had the 4 double-digit teams that are in there. Like, there was only like 2,000 that even had those picked to get to the Sweet 16.
That's crazy.
It's wild, man.
That is crazy.
But
yeah,
a lot of, like, by the time this comes out, the game still won't be played. It's the 27th whenever those are ramping back up. So
Yeah.
Looking forward to that for next week. We'll definitely be talking about the results of the weekend on the next episode.
Yeah, definitely. And I forgot to mention before we get into anything else, make sure to go check out Sideline Sports Network podcast, Sideline Sports. I was just on their newest episode. JB wasn't able to make that episode, so I popped on, talked some NFL free agency, talked some NBA, what's going on there. Definitely go over there, check out their YouTube, check out their Twitter, like and subscribe, and also like and subscribe here as well. I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the podcast. But hopping into
Don't worry.
You're wearing your Patriots jersey. I'm wearing my Eagles jersey.
By this point, I've already in post edit. I've flashed a big ass subscribe button up on the screen.
I know. I see it every week, but just to let them know, make sure to hit that subscribe. If you're not watching it, you're just listening. Go to YouTube, like and subscribe. That shit. Please.
But anyway, like you were saying.
Yes,
wearing the Stephon
Gilmore Patriots jersey. I'm wearing my Darren Sproles Eagles jersey this week. Lots more NFL free agency news and signings and cap casualties that have happened. Plenty of them here. I'm sure
Giants making moves, man.
Bro, Giants are making some damn moves.
I'm actually very interested to see how this all plays out. The same way with like the Patriots. It seems like they're not loaded up quite as much, but like they're making moves that make you go, okay.
It's
like you actually
Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's a great player. They just got Kenny Galladay. That's like the big signing for them right now.
Do you think Danny Nichols can get his nickname back to Danny Dimes?
Danny Dimes. Possibly. We were talking about it the last podcast that with the Sideline Sports crew. We were talking about how this maybe could be a prove it year for him. Is like, okay, we're getting you the weapons, we're building around you. You need to prove that you can do it. If not, maybe it's time to start looking at other options.
So, like, are you Josh Allen or are you not Josh Allen?
Danny Dimes?
Are you Danny Dimes? Are you Danny Nichols? Come on, who are you?
Who are you? But yeah, they've had a lot of. I think they got John Ross too.
He's been injured a lot, but he's quick. He's so fast. So that's a great like deep route player. You know, if they can keep him healthy. I think he's on a 1-year deal.
Yeah. But another news: former Packers running back Jamal Williams signed a 2-year deal with the Lions. He's over there with Detroit now.
Okay.
I'm interested
with
to see what
Goff
he can do with that new coaching staff and Jared Goff.
7-9, 8-8.
Probably more realistically. The 49ers left tackle Trent Williams agreed to a 6-year, $138 million deal.
Damn.
The 49ers like backed the Brinks truck up to a dude's crib. So here you go.
Like, hey, you staying here. You ain't going nowhere.
Locking you down for 6 years.
That's wild.
That is crazy.
See if that whole contract's played out, but that's definitely cool.
Yeah, it seems like the 49ers are re-signing a lot of guys. I haven't really seen them make any huge moves in free agency yet. The Raiders signed wide receiver John Brown. He was released by the Bills, so he's on the Raiders now. Raiders,
he's like their Nelson Aguilar this year.
Yep, exactly. Now Aguilar, of course, is on the Patriots.
We'll take him.
Former Lions cornerback Justin Coleman agreed with to terms with the Dolphins. So Dolphins sprucing up their secondary.
Okay.
Dolphins are signing former Patriots defensive tackle Adam Butler to a 2-year deal.
Oh. Damn.
Familiar face
That's
for Brian Flores.
That's okay.
This was kind of a
surprise.
Got one
from Miami this week too. That's okay.
Yeah, you did. We'll get to that. Former Bengals wide receiver AJ Green signed with the Arizona Cardinals. He finally got out of Cincinnati.
Oh, that's right. So that now they have. I wanted to talk to you about this specifically here.
Yeah.
AJ Green, albeit a little bit older, post injuries. DeAndre Hopkins, older Larry Fitzgerald, J.J. Watt, Kyler Murray, Chandler Jones, Buda Baker, like Patrick, like the Patrick Peterson did leave, but like the list goes on. Like they're
That
if they
team
could
is
get their
stacked
shit
right
together,
Yeah.
they're stacked. What do you
Yeah.
think as far as the in that division itself with the Seahawks, the Rams, which the Rams have a giant question mark on them. The 49ers also kind of have a giant question mark on them, but I
Yeah.
kind of know what you're going to get out of the Seahawks. What can these Cardinals do? Can they win this division this year? What do you think?
I think they could definitely win the division. It's up to if they can actually have some consistency on offense. It seemed like each week you got a different Arizona team this past
Yeah.
season. Like you never, for some reason, that as good as that offense is, I don't know if it's Kyler Murray or what, but it just seems like he's just off on some weeks where he's just like, I don't know what it is.
Like
It's
he's
so weird.
lost, but he's like, it's weird because I think he's so good.
Yeah,
I think he's so
I agree,
damn
man.
good.
I think the sky's the
Sometimes he
limit for
looks
them
lost.
Cardinals, dude. They can just keep adding year after year. But
Mhm.
like they already have like you already listed all the players that they have. Like those are high end players, man. Like
Oh yeah,
and they have some
and
depth.
it's just
too.
I'm interested to see. That's one of the teams now, like the Giants, like we were saying, that I'm really looking forward to seeing how
Yeah.
the season plays out for that
If
team.
they don't
So they're
succeed,
on my
you
radar
gotta
here.
like really look at the organization and like question what is going on here. Like you've
Mhm.
gotta figure something out. Because
You know
I
what we
feel
should
like
do?
that team should definitely have at least like 10, 11 wins, 12 wins.
I just recently bought some sticky notes, okay?
Okay.
And I didn't just buy some sticky notes. I bought like a
Oh my
shitload of sticky notes.
gosh.
And I'm realizing now that I'm never gonna use every single sticky note. So like, I'm gonna start. I see them do this on NBA inside the NBA. There's like predictions that they make, like, and then they put it on a sticky note and write the date, and they put it up on the wall, and they revisit it at the end of the year.
That's a good idea. We should do that.
They don't do it very, very often, but like they do it for some things, and this is what I'm gonna say: the Cardinals win the division next year.
Cardinals win. I agree. Put my initials.
Vote.
I agree
Okay.
with you. I think they could win that division. They should win that division.
NFC West. Yeah. And then what's today's date? 3/23. All right, I'm gonna put that.
Yeah. I don't know how Seattle will be next year, especially with the whole Russ situation right now. I don't know.
Right.
They haven't
They'll
done
probably
anything
get
about that
9
O
wins.
line yet either, so who knows?
Exactly. And then you got LA trying to figure things out right now with Matt Stafford and everything, which would be nice. I just think it's going to be a learning year.
Yeah.
And then San Fran, man, I know they were in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, but
They didn't
they
even
got
have
that.
a team this season at all.
Yeah. So we'll see. That could be the wild card in the division there.
This should really be the full season after the Super Bowl, pretty much, because the whole team will be healthy going into the season.
Right. But they lost Kendrick Bourne to us, you know?
Yeah, true. And they're
Yeah.
Richard Sherman too. He's a free agent right now.
Mhm.
And that's like one that I'm surprised I haven't heard any news about right now.
I
Is
could
Richard
see him ending up in LA.
Ooh.
He'll stay in that division for his whole
Jalen
career.
Ramsey. Oh my God, bro.
We'll see
Bro,
if that
that's a Super Bowl team.
happens.
That defense would be amazing. But getting back to it here, one that I kind of wasn't expecting, the Colts re-signed Marlon Mack. I was expecting him to go somewhere, but he ended up
Okay.
staying. Maybe so. I haven't seen them make really any other moves as of right
They
now.
still have Wilkins too, right?
I think so, yeah. But as of this week coming up, they're visiting with Sammy Watkins. So Sammy Watkins has a meeting with Indy to maybe add some weapons there.
You think he'll leave Kansas City?
Possible. I mean, they're still seeing if Ty is going to come back. T.Y. Hilton is a free agent right now.
Damn, everybody's just peace.
Yeah.
No matter what.
I mean,
Like,
Eagles have been linked to Ty because Nick Sirianni, just because they're bringing everybody else on the Colts over the.
I'm surprised Larry Fitzgerald stayed with the Cardinals this long.
As long as he did.
No, this shit don't happen no more.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of the Chiefs, former Bears Pro Bowl guard Kyle Long, who came out of retirement, signed with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, what in the hell is this shit all about?
1 year, $5 million deal. I think we all kind of saw that coming. Like, I knew to go to a contender, but like, I mean, with Kelsey and all these other players taking like contract, like restructures, that's what it is. Cleared up a ton of cap room. They're able to bring some more guys in, man. I don't know.
This dude just trying to get a ring.
Yeah.
You know,
Antonio Brown's a free agent.
what's up with him potentially going to Seattle?
I mean, he's been linked to Seattle since last year before he signed with the Bucks because he's actually practiced with Russell Wilson in the offseason multiple times.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess Russ wants him on the team. It's just a matter of Seattle will bring him over. I mean, they lost Josh, what's his name? Josh Gordon. Because, I mean, he was on their roster, but he never really played for him. But he's off their roster now, and they can bring Antonio Brown on.
Okay. I mean, I would rather see him in Tampa Bay, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. True that. They got fucking...
But it is what it is.
DK Metcalf and the other bull, Lockett. That's a solid receiving core.
Mm-hmm. DK Metcalf, man.
Right, just DK Metcalf alone. Eagles released Malik Jackson and Alshon Jeffrey officially. Released. Thank you for the Super Bowl, Alshon, but your time is up. You're out of here.
Get out.
Panthers free agent, wide receiver Curtis Samuel signed with the Washington No Names 3-year deal, $34 million.
Hey, speaking of them Washington No Names, did you see there's a report that they might keep that name permanently?
I did see that.
Throughout the whole...
We're just going to call them the No Names the whole time. They're just going to be the team with no name.
Are fans like WFT? Some of them... No, I'm not even going to say. But...
Every time I see it, my dyslexia kicks in, and I think it's WTF.
Me too. Or like WTH for some reason. I think it says what the hell. Mm-hmm. Every time I see it, like
what the
wait.
Look at
football team. But hey, I mean, apparently, like the president was saying, like the fans have kind of been embracing Washington football team. You know what I mean? And if they come to the decision, they might end up just keeping it throughout the whole existence until
maybe
something else changes. You know,
like
until they come up with something better.
In, like, I'm gonna name the team. Yeah. Dan Snyder's gonna end up being made to sell the team, and someone's
like the Washington Indians. We're like, oh no.
But yeah, Washington's been making some moves this offseason. Perennial Pro Bowler cornerback Patrick Peterson signed a 1-year, $10 million deal with the Vikings.
Right, that's crazy.
A good signing. I mean, I wasn't expecting him to leave the Cardinals. It seems like he wanted to for a while.
That's going to be a nice defense for him to join there.
Yep, exactly. Broncos rescinded their restricted free agents tender on Philip Lindsay, which made him an unrestricted free agent, and he ended up signing with the Texans. Which I have no clue what the Texans are doing right now. They've had
a whole situation.
I feel like I see a new signing by the Texans every day. But that running back room, you got like Dave Johnson, Mark Ingram, and Philip Lindsay. We're like, how are you going to rotate these guys? Like, how are you going to use these?
It's going to be more the same with Houston. They're going to try because they're going to end up having to start Tyrod Taylor throughout this because Deshaun Watson might end up getting suspended like by the league until this is all resolved, let alone hold out type of thing. Like even if he's innocent, he might end up getting suspended until this shit is resolved, you know, because of how crazy this looks right now.
Yeah,
like
that's
looking at Antonio Brown
too.
Huh?
I said, yeah, that's blowing up by the day too. Like
right.
Watson situation.
So I feel like they're trying to do everything they can to just kind of like prepare for life without him right now.
Yeah.
They're not thinking of trading him. They're just like, we're just gonna just do what we can. to make sure we're good if he's not here. You know.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, speaking of Deshaun Watson, I do have a not talking about the actual story, but regarding the NFL, multiple teams among all this shit going on are still interested in trading for Deshaun Watson. The Carolina Panthers, the New York Jets, the Dolphins, the 49ers, the Broncos, and the Philadelphia Eagles are interested in.
Man,
I am like, what are you guys doing? Like, I saw
imagine that
saying that Howie was willing to give up anything to get him, and I was like, no. Like,
yes. Yes. The only two teams in the league that shouldn't be going after Deshaun Watson are the Chiefs and the Bills. Every other team in the league, their quarterback is the future's not either brighter or Deshaun Watson's better. Like even Lamar Jackson, I would rather have Deshaun Watson than Lamar Jackson. Even though Lamar got that MVP.
Hear me out. I would love Deshaun Watson. Listen, I'm not saying that I wouldn't want Deshaun Watson. I would love him. My feeling about it is what we're going to have to give up to get him. He's going to be on this team with nothing around him. Like, we would have to trade, like, Miles Sanders or someone great on the defense. We have what little great pieces we have now. Like, we would have to give up just for one player who was anything around. He would be on the Texans pretty much, just in Philadelphia.
Hey, man. Think about how good he was down at Houston.
I know. Listen, it would be great, but it's hurt season.
You're a team that definitely has an up-and-coming one. Like, I would definitely want to see what happens. I would definitely have him over Cam, even though I love Cam. I would rather have him.
I would love to have
over
him. So
Lamar Jackson's a close one. That's close. That's hard to say. But I would probably still pick him. But every other team in the league, I would take Lamar or Deshaun Watson over whatever quarterback.
Deshaun Watson.
Everybody should be trying to get Deshaun Watson.
Why isn't anybody trying to get Russell Wilson if he was available? Like, come on.
Right? Even the Seahawks, like Deshaun Watson, I would take over Russell Wilson. If you put him on the Seahawks, Deshaun Watson would probably be balling, man.
Yeah, true.
I'm just saying.
I understand what you mean.
We'll see if this dude even gets a chance to play football again.
See how that's going to unfold.
Yeah, let's see. It's crazy.
In the meantime, more transactions. Jared Cook from the Las Vegas Raiders is now a Charger. He signed a 1-year deal with them.
Oh, yeah, they had to fill that void. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, had to fill that void that, like, the Patriots just swooped up.
Sorry.
Even though the Raiders asked Marcus Mariota to take a pay cut, he still signed with them. He still took a new deal. Mariota,
I think it was a $7 million pay cut, right?
Yeah, it was kind of a dirty deal because they drug him along so long until all the quarterbacks were signed, pretty much. Like, there was no other, really not too many options out there. So I feel like they kind of did him dirty on that. But yeah, that sucks for Marcus Mariota. But maybe he'll get to go in there and prove himself again like he did last year, boost his value a little bit.
Bench Derek Carr. How many prove-it years is Derek Carr going to get?
Right? There how long now? It ain't working.
Mm-hmm.
Get him out of there. Ain't working. Former Cardinals running back Kenyon Drake signed a 2-year, $11 million deal with the Raiders. Speaking of the Raiders.
Okay, that's a nice move.
He'll be with Josh Jacobs in that running back.
Mariota and his wheels with Josh Jacobs and the young bull, or who'd you say? Kenyon Drake? He's not a young bull.
Kenyon Drake and Josh Jacobs.
Man, that'd be nice. I'd like to see Mariota starting.
I would too, to be honest. Like I feel like that should have been like what Ryan Tannehill did, when he went from the Dolphins and now he's balling on the Titans.
Yeah.
Like Marcus Mariota should have went from the Titans to the Raiders and started balling if they would have let him start.
Right. But Derek Carr still had question mark because he has his flashes of greatness and then these flashes of being
and then there was the excuse for a couple years where just the whole team sucked and well, it's not his fault, the team sucks, and then start getting pieces around him and then they crumbled last year. So I feel like he should only get another year maybe, prove it.
He's a quarterback. Maybe he goes somewhere else he'd be balling, but it's just
Yeah.
doesn't seem to be working.
Or at least they could like trade him while he has value if you can.
Put him on Minnesota after Kirk Cousins
Kirk
leaves.
Cousins leaves. You know, it'll happen eventually. Speaking of Minnesota, former Vikings tight end Kyle Rudolph agreed with the Giants, but as of today, apparently they found out that he needs surgery on his foot or something like that.
Oh.
He needs surgery, so they're still in talks. He hasn't signed anything. Nothing has been official, but him and the Giants are currently still in talks
Okay.
as of right now. But it looks like
Interesting.
if they get something worked out, Kyle Rudolph's going to be a Giant. It's just apparently they didn't know that he was going to need some kind of surgery.
Right. He's probably like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn.
I was trying to get through. Check.
He went through like physical or something, and they're like, something's not right with your foot. He's like, I don't know. That's fine.
That's fine. And it's like this. And he's just like, I don't know, man. Something ain't right. And he's like,
Those are all
he's like, I'm gonna have to call a coach.
You might have to get another medical opinion on this.
He's like,
I don't think you can prove this. Damn.
oh my god.
Another crazy signing I did not see coming, especially to this team. Mitchell Trubisky signs as the backup for Josh Allen on the Bills.
Hey.
Wow, I did not
forbid
expect
anything happens to Josh Allen. I hope Josh Allen's very healthy, has a great season. And it feels weird because, like I said, even as a Patriots fan, Josh Allen is the shit. I'm a huge advocate for that man. Like, he is the shit, bro. I mean, I feel like he's gonna be even better this year than he was last year, and he had a huge leap last year.
Yeah.
So hopefully we don't even have to see Mitchell Trubisky's ass. He could sit on. We'll see flashes of him when he's got the headset on.
Yeah.
On the sideline, standing next to the
I'm not
coach.
gonna lie, that's probably one of the better backups in the league to have.
Yeah,
Mitchell
but I don't
Trubisky.
want to even see him come out there.
Well, yeah, I don't either. I mean, even the
Already was-
GM of the Bills came out and said that he doesn't expect Mitchell Trubisky to be there very long. He expects him to be able to get a starting job after this season. So I don't know.
Andy Dalton.
Yeah, like Andy Dalton, like, hey, you know Josh Allen and these Bills, maybe they rack up 30, 40 points on a team. Fucking pull
Or
him out,
even
put Mitchell
Jameis.
Trubisky in. Like, after they're up so many points, put Mitch in, let him run the offense. He boosts him stock a little.
Let him throw a couple picks.
Yeah, throw a couple picks, then he's solidified his backup status role in the league going forward.
I do not trust that man at all.
I can tell. I feel like I have a little bit more faith in him than you do right now. You're like, nope, I don't want to see him at all.
I don't want to see Mr. Trubisky anywhere, bro. I don't want to. That man got drafted ahead of Deshaun Watson and Pat Mahomes. I don't understand it. He's had his time. Yeah, that's how I feel about. You like you say, you solidified your position as backup in this league. Okay, that's
For
just
real.
fine.
Some divisional for you news. The Dolphins signed wide receiver Will Fuller to a contract.
Ooh,
Which is
somebody who can burn us for a last play Hail Mary bullshit. Like, that always happens. for the
Fuller's
Patriots.
fixed for them. I think he's going to miss the first 2 games because of his suspension from last season carrying over.
Yeah.
For violating, I think it was like the PEDs.
Yeah.
The drug policy there. But yeah, I mean, that's a good pickup for them. Get some weapons around
definitely.
too.
I'm so not convinced on Tua either.
Yeah, I
but
mean, I'm not fully either, but we'll have to see what happens.
that's a great piece for him. It's like a Daniel Jones situation, even though Daniel Jones is way more experienced. But like, it's like put some pieces around him. Now see,
Yeah.
you saw
Tua
what they did.
has
Josh
more
Allen.
time than Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones, he has to prove himself here in the next year or two,
Yeah,
to, like-
exactly.
or else he's gone.
Right. But now he's got Galladay and he's got Slayton.
Yeah,
Even
exactly.
though Golden Tate left, but still.
Golden State left, yeah, and Ross.
Then they got Ross.
And then like I think Evan Ingram when he's healthy is the tight end,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Saquon.
maybe Al Rudolph if they can get his foot figured out.
But hopefully Barkley's back too in full
Yeah,
strength,
I
bro.
hope he doesn't hurt as much because he's not carrying the team on his back. Like
Mhm.
they're using him every play. The Jaguars have been active. They signed Keelan Cole. Oh wait, no, former Jet.
He was
Jaguars
already there, right?
with the Jets. Sorry, I got it mixed
Okay, I was
up.
gonna say,
Backwards. He
damn,
signed
the
with the
Jets
Jets.
signed him.
Yeah, the Jets signed him to a 1-year deal. Did you see what speaking of, did you see what Urban Meyer was saying about the NFL?
No.
He said he doesn't like the way that NFL does free agency because he wants to meet the players before he signs them.
This
He's-
ain't college, buddy. You ain't out here recruiting
He's like,
18-year-olds.
he said he doesn't understand how teams can sign players without meeting them first.
He's like, what the hell? Like the future is now, old man. Okay, no, I'm just. I fucking love Urban Meyer. You know it, but hey, that's just that's
Quote.
very interesting that he would even come out and say that because I feel like the immediate response to that is like, this ain't college. You know what I mean? What do you expect?
Just pros, baby.
Pros, baby. You know, just come shoot, like. But I love Urban Meyer. I hope the Jaguars do something this year, just because I don't want to see him fail.
Yeah, exactly. I feel the same way. As per Adam Schefter, like father, like son, former Jets wide receiver Brashad Perriman is signing with the Lions on a 1-year deal. Perriman will now play for the same team as dad did,
Okay, cool.
which is pretty cool. Bears released veteran cornerback Kyle Fuller, and he has since signed with another team, which I think he signed.
with. I saw that.
Didn't he?
Who?
The Broncos.
Yes.
that we signed with?
Yes.
I didn't hear. Yes, I found it here. Yes, he signed a 1-year, $9.5 million deal with the Broncos. Which, man, the Broncos really bolstered their defense. If they could get
They're making
a
moves.
quarterback, or if they can get Drew Lock to play well, I think Broncos could do well.
I think Drew Lock could be the answer short term. Maybe like a 3 to 4 year type of, like, I don't know about long term, but like I think he's good enough that they could build around him right now.
Yeah. I had so much news here. Texans signed wide receiver Dante Moncrief to a 1-year deal. Another Texans.
Again.
Texans again. I'm saying every day there's at least one signing, man.
Okay.
Former Raiders defensive back Lamarcus Joyner is expected to sign with the Jets. Another Jets move. Jets are bolstering up here. Former Steeler wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster is returning to the Pittsburgh Steelers. He declined an offer from the Ravens, and he declined an offer from the Chiefs, which is surprising.
Interesting.
It's like, man, the Chiefs were losing, what's his name? Sammy Watkins. Like, man, Juju could have went right into there to the slot. That would have been nice for him.
So I knew about the Ravens deal. I didn't know he declined one from the Chiefs. That's crazy.
Chiefs, and apparently the Eagles didn't offer him any money. They were just kind of gauging interest. Like, they didn't offer him. But yeah, he declined the Ravens and the Chiefs, and I think he would have fit really well on both teams, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
either one.
I can understand
Even
why he didn't go with the Ravens, I guess, because of loyalty to the Steelers. But
yeah,
I know it's a 1-year deal, but to me, like, you're going back to your team with Big Ben, who, like, he's gonna retire next year. He's not Lamar Jackson, he's not Pat Mahomes. Like, those other two teams,
like
contenders at least.
If it's a 1-year deal, he's super young. This is a prove it type of year for his next contract. And why not do it with an organization and its squad and a quarterback you're familiar with to try to maximize that? Like, so like I could see it from that perspective.
You don't have to, like,
right. Because I don't know necessarily, even though maybe the Ravens offered him more, maybe it was only a 2-year deal. You know what I mean? And he's looking for something more long term. Or who knows? I don't know the details. I was just saying maybe from a different, maybe that could have been what happened, especially just thinking about it being a 1-year deal. But that's interesting.
It is. Another thing that's interesting is another Texans deal. Rather than releasing him, the Bengals traded QB Ryan Finley to the Texans. So
Yeah.
Ryan Finley and Tyrod Taylor are both on the Texans as of right now with Deshaun Watson.
Okay. So they
Uh,
definitely know. It's another QB signing.
Vikings free agent safety Anthony Harris signed a 1-year deal with the Eagles. Eagles had signings this week, and that's probably it going forward because we don't have any money.
I had a bunch more this week, but I was gonna save them for the bias bubble.
I skipped over all the Patriots news.
Okay, cool.
Just for that, I actually didn't mean I started reading this before I saw it was the Eagles one. I shouldn't have read this one. I love this signing because Anthony Harris is one of the top ranked safeties in the league, bro, and we got him on a cheap $5 million deal for the year. Bro, I love this, and especially with Jalen Mills leaving, who was playing safety. Bro, right. I love this deal, and we had another deal also. I'll talk about that then. But I love that deal. Chris Carson.
Good signing.
It is a very good signing.
What happened to Chris Carson? Where'd he go?
Chris Carson is staying with the Seahawks. He signed a deal up to $14 million with the Seahawks.
Okay, damn.
So he's sticking around for the long haul.
All right.
I spoke about Eagles letting Malik Jackson go. He is signed with the Browns.
Okay.
He's all right. He just didn't really fit our scheme. He didn't really do much. He was kind of a depth piece for our defense.
Right. I think he's going to be nice on the Browns as well. That's another team that I think should be just as good as they were last year. Right there in the playoff picture.
Exactly.
Especially with a healthy Odell all season.
Yeah, they'll be picking up where they left off and then incorporating Odell into what was already making them successful, man. That's going to be nice.
Baker has had the highest percentage on deep passes. It was something like 29 of like 53 completed deep passes led the league. It was number 1 last year. So he's crazy accurate on them deep balls, man.
I didn't know that. That's wild. Mm-hmm. Speaking of deep balls, good segue. Eagles wide receiver Desean Jackson signed with the Rams.
Oh.
Signed with LA, going home.
This dude, to be completely honest with you, a couple years ago, I thought he was retired, and then he signed with the Eagles, and I was like, what the hell?
I said this on the Sideline Sports podcast that I was on. He's going to be fantastic for the Rams in both the games that he plays for them.
Exactly, bro.
Both the games that he plays, he's going to play fantastic. He's going to catch like 2 50-yard bombs, get a touchdown or two, and then he's going to get hurt, and he's going to be out.
For 14 weeks.
Yeah. I told
play
and
get hurt.
He played probably 4 games for the Eagles in 2 years, if that.
Remember the last time he came back? He came back, and then next time you see him, he's like limping on the sideline. I'm like, yo, you just came back.
What I was saying is, I remember, I think it was the first year, the 2019 season when he came back. The second or third game into the season against the Packers, it was in the first quarter where him and Alshon both got hurt. It was a non-contact injury. The play started, they hiked the ball, and whenever he jumped, he pulled something or did something, and he fucked himself up, and he was out for the rest of the season. I was like, bro, you can't even get off the line of scrimmage without hurting yourself.
Oh my god,
dude, he's a legend for the Eagles, but man, it's time to hang him up.
It's time to hang him up.
It's time to hang him up. I don't have too much more here. Just another Texans pick up. Texans add former Jaguars and Chiefs wide receiver Chris Conley. 1-year deal.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Mariota resigned. I think I have 1 or 2 more here. The Steelers released cornerback Steven Nelson.
They released him.
Trade partner. Yeah, they released him.
Damn.
And cornerbacks.
Damn, what are them Steelers going to look like next year?
I know. I actually have a stat here. Steelers have lost 4 defensive starters so far this offseason with Bud Dupree, Mike Hilton, Vince Williams, and Tyson Alualu. And now you had this cornerback right here, man.
Damn.
Another one.
Alex not going to be happy.
Alex is not going to be happy. I talked about that a little bit with the sideline guys. Is like they just don't have the depth now. Like not only the depth, but they lost some starters and on low line too. It's like
exactly. So you got to fill those spots, and that's going to thin out the rest of it.
Exactly. So who knows what's going to happen with them Steelers going forward?
Sorry, Pittsburgh.
Sorry, Pittsburgh. I don't have any more free agency news, at least now, like to talk about other than the bias bubbles for us. But some other NFL news is the NFL draft will officially take place in Cleveland, and the draft will be returning to its pre-pandemic form.
Okay.
We will have. Yep.
Cool,
We're gonna with fans in attendance, prospects invited to attend, and Roger Goodell announcing picks in person. Mask wearing and social distancing and capacity limits will be enforced. So we will once again be able to get to see people boo Roger Goodell when he comes out and announces the picks.
Hey man, we're not gonna be able to see his living room or his basement this year.
They're eating M&Ms.
Chilling. That's cool though. I'm glad. I would really love them to revisit that idea they had about Vegas because it really sounded cool.
Yeah. So it'll be in Cleveland this year. Next month. I mean, almost not even a month away now. We're almost less than a month now. And we're gonna have a live draft extravaganza, hopefully.
Oh yeah.
I am super excited. And I will talk about why I'm excited for the draft now because there was a free agency signing today, but I'll save that for the bias bubble. So NBA news, Vern.
Oh,
we need them this week. A lot of NBA news going on. A lot of things kind of affected other things within the NBA universe here now.
I was hoping. I do want to start. I'll start with the hot and not list. But I was hoping this one team on this this not list could hold out and keep losing until our podcast, but they ended up winning a game.
They
did. I'll talk about them when I get to them. Start off on the hot list here. Milwaukee, balling lately, bro. They've not shot up, but they're like firm grip on that number 2 seed right now. Mm-hmm. Actually, as of right now, it looks like Milwaukee has overtaken them, and they're a half a game back of Milwaukee. Or they're a half a game back of Brooklyn right now. Yeah. So you got Sixers, the Nets, and then Milwaukee. But Milwaukee is on a 7-game winning streak. They're 9-1 over the last 10. So they've been killing it. The only problem is Brooklyn and Philly are 8-2 each over the last 10. So they're just as good. It's not like Milwaukee can catch them or pull ahead or anything
and
like
Philly is without Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons. Like they're winning without their stars in right now. Tobias Harris,
right?
Colin.
Right. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Is like how is Philly this good without their MVP?
Yeah.
But hey, that just goes to show you. Like, isn't Doc out there right now, man? He's coaching them up.
Yeah, Doc's changed that team around, man. Mm-hmm. He brought the process that they were missing in.
Right. Trust Doc.
He was the process.
The second team or the third team I have, because my second team was Philly there on a hot list. They're only on a 2-game winning streak, but Philly has been killing it, so I had to put them on there. Phoenix on a 2-game winning streak, but they're 8-2 over the last 10. They now hold the 2nd seed in the Western Conference behind Utah. Phoenix is killing it right now, man. I don't know. I can't say enough good things about them, man. Chris Paul just keeps breaking records as far as like not breaking them, but like passing people on the all-time assist list. And stuff
I saw that. It was like 10,000 or 20,000 assists now for him or something. I actually have them picked to be lead the conference.
Number 1 seed.
I think they're going to take that 1 seed by the end of the season.
I'm writing that down. That's a bold claim.
That's a bold claim, I know, but I think the Suns can claim that top spot. The Jazz, man, for some reason, since that All-Star break, they've been a little wonky.
They have been. I completely agree with that. I don't know if I agree with this, but I agree with the fact that Utah's been wonky. But I'm gonna put that up on the board there.
They're gonna have the
bold.
ones.
Phoenix will have the 1 seed. WB. All right. I do have Atlanta on this list, even though they're on a 1-game losing streak. Atlanta's been on a hot tear lately.
Yeah.
They've shot up to the 5th seed here.
Saw.
They're 8-2 over the last 10. I do have Brooklyn on here as well, but they're only on a 1-game winning streak there. 8-2.
Yeah, they lost a couple in a row, I think, before.
You got Kyrie Irving out right now for family issues.
Yeah, he's out like the next 3 games at least. I saw, like their 3-game road trip.
I thought it was kind of funny how his birthday is
over those 3 games.
Over these 3 games. But hey, you know what it is.
It's a personal issue, I guess. I guess birthday counts as a personal issue.
It is what it is. You know,
I
love Kyrie Irving. You know, my son's got his shoes. But anyway, Denver, they are on a 1-game losing streak here. Even though they did win tonight, so they're back on the winning column. They're 9-1 over the last 10 here.
Yeah.
But let's see here. Then I did have Portland on here because Portland has been surging back up. They're not surging, but they're still firm grip there. They're 3 games ahead of San Antonio there. They've been 7-3 over the last 10. Now, to the not list.
Not.
We had a team that was on a 19-game losing streak last time they were on our show here.
Yes.
That streak rose to 20, and I was like, oh my God.
20 straight.
Actually, it was a 16-game losing streak last time we were talking about them, and it rose to 20.
They lost 4 more.
Yeah. Houston, they finally won a game. They are now 1-9 over the last 10, but they are what would that be? 1-20 over the last 21 games.
Yeah.
So they're still on the not list. I don't give a shit if you won 1 game. There's teams on the hot list of losses. You're staying on the not list until you can win more than 1 game. Toronto on a 9-game losing streak is about to overtake them for being like the new king of the fucking not list. You know? But Miami, even though they've been good, they're up on the 4 seed in the East.
Yeah.
They're on a 3-game losing streak right now. 6-4 over the last 10. So they need to get their shit back together. We'll see what happens with them tonight. And then I also had Orlando, who's only on a 1-game losing streak, time recording, but 1-9 over the last 10. So they need to get their shit together.
Damn.
Oh, I skipped a team. I don't know if I did this like subconsciously or what. My Lakers, I have the Lakers on this list as the nots, okay? You're not hot. You got injuries across the board. Players ain't playing up to par. People coming back from COVID trying to get back up to speed. It just ain't working right now. We're on a 3-game losing streak. Lost tonight to the Pelicans. Not looking good.
No bueno.
Not looking good. We'll get a little bit deeper into that, but it's not looking good. Okay. But I do have them on this list here. 6-5 over the last, we'll say 5-5 over the last 10. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I actually do have some NBA news here. Thunder traded Trevor Ariza to Miami Heat. Talking about the Heat.
Yeah.
They traded him for Myers Leonard, who we talked about before, had a little incident.
Right.
So yeah, the Heat have Trevor Ariza now, and Trevor Ariza is the most trade player in the league. Like he's been traded the most times in NBA history.
He's been all over the place. He's been on the Lakers. Has he been on the Bulls?
I don't think so. I don't believe so. The Rockets traded PJ Tucker, Rodonian's Carucks, and Bucks 2020 second first round pick back to Milwaukee. Rockets will receive DJ Augustine, DJ Wilson, and a 2023 first round pick.
Mm-hmm.
And Bucks will also be trading Torrey Craig to the Suns.
I think that's a great signing for the Bucks there. They're really trying to push for this championship this year. They're like, we can't keep wasting Giannis's great years like this.
We're trying to get over that hump.
Mm-hmm.
There were 6 triple doubles. What day was that? On March 18th. is the most on a single day in NBA history.
Damn. Different
Uh,
league now,
Previous
man.
record was 5 and that was set the Saturday before.
Are you kidding me? I did
No.
not know this. That's crazy.
Yeah, so it was on March 18th, and then the Saturday before that, the record was set at 5.
Jesus Christ.
But
It
yeah,
was a
the
different
6, it was Joker, Harden, Ben Simmons, what's his name?
league. LeBron.
No, LeBron wasn't. Westbrook, Bull from the Warriors, Draymond Green, and then a Bull from the Pacers. I don't remember. I don't know his name. They didn't have his name on here.
Gotcha.
So sorry, dude, on the Pacers, if you're watching. Sorry, I forgot your name. Name's not on here.
Sorry, man.
Sorry, mine.
Get another triple
double. Aaron Gordon requested a trade from the Magic.
Mm-hmm. I
So
saw that he was potentially being traded to Detroit, and it got nixed at the last moment or something like that, or
I
Houston.
didn't see that. I saw
Oof.
that the Timberwolves had their eye on him, and apparently Boston was making a strong run at him too.
Boston would be a better option.
I thought so
Minnesota
too.
better right now.
They're in need of some help right now.
Yeah. Slide it too.
Along with Lamarcus Aldridge, the Spurs have made it clear that DeMar DeRozan is available for trade. So both of those guys are officially available for trade. The Lakers, Clippers, and Sixers have all expressed interest in trading for George Hill.
Okay. Should be after DeMar.
Yeah. And this is really interesting. More than one league source has said they believe the Miami Heat will end up with Kyle Lowry and Lamarcus Aldridge, or Victor Oladipo and Lamarcus Aldridge.
Interesting.
So
Miami's trying to stack up.
It seems like regardless, Lamarcus Aldridge is probably going to go to the Miami Heat. But it's a matter, because apparently the Heat have been pursuing Kyle Lowry like crazy.
Right.
More so than Victor Oladipo from what I'm seeing. But apparently the Raptors want like Tyler Herro or Bam in the deal. And like the Heat are just not about that, right?
No, because they're part of the package. They're part of the championship puzzle there.
Exactly. But I mean, even if they could add Oladipo and Aldridge, that would be stacking them up, man. Like,
oh yeah, man.
He could be nice here. Like maybe in free agency, they scoop another. Because I mean, it seems like players want to go there. I mean, they're a good team without the All-Stars. Like they got Jimmy, but it seems like everybody wants to go to Miami now.
Right. I mean, it's a great city to play for. You know, Eric Spoelstra's a great coach, and you got Jimmy Butler down there, who you know what he's all about. He's all about that. Like, if you can hang with, he's gonna try to kick your ass, but he's doing it to make you better. Like
He's
Michael
like
Jordan.
How MJ was, yeah.
Exactly. Then that's a great place for you to go.
He's not
and
gonna
you got
ask
sunshine.
you to do anything that he's not doing himself.
He'll be doing 3-a-days with you, but you'll be on the beach.
Yeah.
Or
He'll be out there
in Boston.
Yeah, exactly. You want to do it in the cold of Boston? It's freezing.
I understand why Tom Brady left.
He's having fun throwing trophies off of boats.
He's like, this is crazy. I never had a parade on a boat.
So now we got through most of the NBA news except for the two the bad news of the NBA. LaMelo Ball broke his wrist, and he is
sucks.
They said he's going to be out for the season, but as of a couple hours ago, he underwent surgery on his fractured right wrist, and he will be reevaluated in approximately 4 weeks, leaving open the possibility of returning for the season.
Damn near a teenager. Okay.
Yeah, he's them Wolverine X-Men, bro. Take 4 weeks, drink some milk, you'll be fine.
He's just like, oh, look, Dad, I'm fine. His dad come on ESPN in 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks.
Like, he's superhuman. He's
a got superhuman bones.
He got my genes. I used to be like that.
He's just be like, I broke my knee when I was in 10th grade, and I healed in 2 weeks. And like, he's just gonna be like
some shit like that.
Of course, he'll be back by the end of the season. Are you kidding me? Bro.
And of course, the biggest news out of the NBA this week: LeBron James has been injured.
The superhuman himself.
He has a high ankle sprain,
sprain,
and he will be out definitely And
At least 3 weeks.
which
At
begs the
least.
question we hinted at what's going to happen to the Lakers? How far will they slide? What is going on? Will they make a trade before the deadline on Thursday?
I think they have to make a trade. They have to make at least one. And I saw they were shopping Harrell potentially, and I saw that Charlotte was interested in him.
I see that, yeah.
I would love to get either Cody Zeller or Biombo, either one of them, man. Like, I think Harrell he's not playing like that 6 man a year like he was last year.
Yeah.
You know, it just doesn't seem like it's working. I don't know. All he did was change locker rooms. You know, Andre Drummond being bought out from the Cavs and coming to the Lakers, sources are saying that's pretty much a done deal.
Oh, really? I saw that they were still looking for trades for him. I didn't see that the buyout was almost a done deal. But I saw that like they wanted like at least like a second round pick for him.
Yeah. I don't think it'll happen. I think he'll end up getting bought out. So
Yeah.
that could potentially be great depth move for us. Hold us over until AD gets back.
That's what's tricky about running like an organization, because you let that shit slip out. Teams aren't going to trade for him if you're going to buy him out and he's going to be like choose where he wants to go.
Exactly. That's
Like, why would
they
they
said
do
multiple teams believe that he's going to be bought out and go to the Lakers anyway. Like
Yeah.
they think it's like a done
Why
deal.
would they
So
try trading for him why would they trade a second round pick for someone who will be around for 1 year and then leave anyway? You know, like
exactly. But AD is going to be out at least 1 to 2 more weeks still. So he's going to be reevaluated soon. Hopefully help is on the way.
yeah,
Slide.
guys need it, because we talked
Slide
about
fast.
how, what's the lowest you think they could slide. I say at the max 6 seed. I think they will be going to the 5th seed.
I think 6 or 7, to be honest, if we can't correct the ship, because they're just going to keep racking up losses. And the West is no joke.
Yeah. Now, I talked about this on the sideline a little bit. I wanted to get your opinion. Depending on what the status of AD and LeBron is, you're going to have to get them incorporated into the game a week or two before playoffs, if you can. Because if you go slide down to the 7th seed, 6th seed, and you just throw them out there like they're just going to come back in the playoffs, you're going to be playing,
Utah or
playing a
Phoenix.
top team. So,
Yeah.
like, it's going to be having to develop chemistry in the playoffs.
Best
So,
case scenario would be like a 5, a 4 or 5.
Yeah,
would be
exactly.
Best case scenario.
It's like Jake asked me, how likely do you think it is that the Lakers have a first round exit if they slide down that far? And I said, it depends. Are both of them in? Because if both AD and LeBron are in, I could see them moving on. If maybe AD comes back and LeBron's out, or LeBron comes back and AD's out, I could see it happening. I mean,
we didn't make any trades like that.
Trades, or if they incorporated one of them into the lineup right before the playoffs, or if it's too late. Yeah, if there's no chemistry, I could see it happening, or if one of them comes back. But I mean, if you're able to incorporate them in, get some chemistry, both of them before the playoffs, I think you guys will be all right in that first round or two.
Hopefully
Maybe
they can ball without them. Hopefully we can get some shit together and still hold a 3 or a 4 and not even worry about it. But if shit gets bad, it's gonna get bad. You know, we're gonna slide.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, man.
Yeah, it's basketball, babe.
That's basketball, baby. An interesting stat I found here. Only players to play 999 games and average 13 points, 5.8 rebounds, one steal, 50% field goal, and 33% 3-point is LeBron James. And I guarantee you can't even guess the other person. Active player.
Is he on the Bulls?
He is.
Is it the Bulls, Levine?
No. I don't think Levine's played 999 games.
Who is it?
Thaddeus Young.
Yo, that's crazy. He has been around for a minute.
LeBron James, the only players to play 999 games, average 13 points, almost 6 rebounds, 1.5 steals, 50% field goal, and 33% 3-point percentage.
Damn, give Thaddeus some credit.
It's crazy because Thad Young's having one of the best years of his career this year. Like late
And
this
he's, like,
late in his
deep.
career, he's having a great year for the Bulls.
Right.
I mean, the Bulls, they're slipping right now. They're not looking so hot. But yeah, I mean, I thought that was crazy, man.
That's awesome, though. I did not know that.
Yeah, and that's not even the crazy sports stat. Just a little bit of hockey news. Not going to dive into too much. Just some big things that happened. New York Islanders captain Anders Lee is done for the season after an awkward fall on his leg the other week. He will require surgery and will miss the remainder of the season. And I mean, the Islanders have been rolling, so that's a big blow to their team. In other news, the Buffalo Sabres have fired their head coach Ralph Kruger
Mid-season.
after going winless in their last 12 games. Kruger has another year remaining on his contract next season, paying him $3.7 million, which Buffalo will owe him. But yeah, got rid of his ass real quick. They're like, nope, this is not working. You're out of here, buddy.
That's the difference between the NFL or NHL and the NBA. You got the Rockets slide, and they're just like, hey, man,
we're not a good team. You'll be all right.
I do want to say that coach was like teary-eyed. I felt bad for him when he was in that press conference. That shit was not cool, but like it is what it is. Like I know we joke about the Rockets all the time. That shit's gotta suck because that's your job.
I saw that too. I
mean?
can't be a player on that team and having to deal with that night after night, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just quick. It's not really news, but just going over like the top couple standings here for the division of hockey. The Central Division, of course, you got Tampa Bay in the number 1 spot. They're on a 5-game win streak, 8-2 in their last 10. Carolina's right behind them. They're 7-1-2 in their last 10. East, you got the Islanders. They're 8-2 in their last 10 with a 2-game win streak. So I mean, they're winning without their captain.
Yeah.
So
they're doing just fine.
Then you got Washington, Pittsburgh, Boston, Philly. Man, Philly is not good at all right now. It is bad. They are 3-6-1 in their last 10, and they've lost 3 straight now.
Damn.
They have been really bad defensively. It's not looking like they're going to make any trades to help them out. It's looking like they're going to miss the playoffs this year as of right now, which sucks because they looked so good in the playoffs last year. Even the beginning of this season, they looked great. They started off really well. So they just, man, and it's not even like they've had that many injuries now. It's like it seems like since COVID hit, after these players came back from COVID, man, it's not been the same.
And that's what people are wondering, like, how is it really affecting these players? Because remember, Cam got COVID and came back. It just wasn't the same.
It wasn't the same. Exactly. And then the North Division, you got Toronto with the 1 seed there, man. They're 4-6 in their last 10 and a 1-win streak. So I mean, they still got the best record in that division, but they've been a little iffy here.
Yeah.
Last 10 games. Edmonton is coming up on them here. They're 7-3 with a 3-game win streak. And in the West, you got the damn Golden Knights holding that number 1 spot, man. 7-3 last 10. But you got Colorado at second right there. They're 8-1-1 in their last 10 with a 7-game win streak. And they're only 2 games behind Vegas. So I mean, Colorado's catching up. They're keeping up with them. They're both really good teams. But yeah, hockey's it's heating up here, man. Even though the Flyers suck, it's heating up.
I'm ready for some playoff hockey. That shit's crazy.
Playoff hockey's the best, man. I can't wait. Even with the Flyers probably going to be out of it, I'm still going to be watching playoff hockey.
Super intense. I love betting on it. It's crazy.
It is crazy. So yeah, we'll kind of hop right into the bias bubbles this week. I know there's a lot of Patriot news. Not a lot There's some drops too.
Let me just cover the Lakers real quick because we covered pretty much everything that I had about the Lakers on here.
Yeah.
Other than I just wanted to say Elgin Baylor passed away at 86. You know what I mean? It's pretty sad news, but he was getting up there. So just wanted to say that he's a Lakers legend, Clippers executive.
Yeah.
But we covered all the other Lakers news as far as like the LeBron injury, AD status, potential trades.
Saw you walking that boot on.
Yeah, he debuted some new shoes, but only one of them. I'm like, how you going to be like, whatever, fucking LeBron, get healthy. But to the Patriots, not done signing people. Okay, Kyle Van Noy back on a 2-year, $13.2 million deal. Okay, David Andrews resigned, got our center back, got our boy back. Okay,
Nuts.
4 years, $21 million deal. Okay, Montrevious Adams, defensive tackle, signed him on a 1-year, $2.5 million deal.
Damn.
Nick Folk got our kicker back on a
Nice.
1-year, $2.5 million deal. Ted Karras, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that last name right or not, but he is from Miami. Swooped him. It was probably a depth move because I didn't know if like David Andrews is going to be back or even if he's unhealthy or not because he's a center.
Yeah.
1 year for $4 million. Henry Anderson, defensive tackle from the Jets, 2-year, $7 million deal. Raekwon McMillan from the Vegas Raiders, linebacker on a 1-year deal. And then that's pretty much all the signings that we had since the last week when we spent all that money in the first place. So I'm loving what I'm seeing out of these Patriots as far as like going after what they need, you know. And Bill Belichick was talking about it. He was saying like he's really looking forward to working with all these players, whether it was free agents, re-signs, rookies, it doesn't matter. He's ready to go, you know. Like it just seems really cool.
That's awesome.
I had a couple stories about like what's been going on in Patriots land lately.
Yeah.
Jarrett Stidham was recently out there working out in California with Kendrick Bourne and Hunter Henry, Jacoby Myers, Devin Asani, Matt Lacrosse, a bunch of our wide receivers and stuff. He was out here working out. I was like, hey, okay, what the hell?
Working.
Jarrett Stidham, I like it. I like what I see. He's
trying to get that starting spot.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, if he can earn it, that'll be one thing, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't want Cam to just lose it. But I thought that was pretty cool. Wes Welker, speaking of Kendrick Bourne, Wes Welker told Kendrick Bourne that he's in San Fran now as a coach.
Yeah.
He told him that he thinks it's a great move for him. So and that's nice hearing it from Wes Welker, you know what I mean? The legend that he is, Patriots legend. This one involves your boy Jalen Mills. He just recently met Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
And he said when he was in the cafeteria, and all of a sudden he hears Bill Belichick, and he's just like, "Hey Jalen." So he turned around and it's coach. And then he said in his mind, he said, "Okay, this is coach," but it really didn't click that it was Bill Belichick. So he's just talking to me, telling me, "Happy to have you, glad you're here, I'm excited to be here." And then Jalen's like, I literally turned my back to him and I screamed out loud, "This is Coach Belichick. This is, excuse my language, but I'm like, this is being Coach Belichick." Like I screamed it out loud, and then I turned back around, and he was just still like monotone, regular, just having a casual conversation. I'm freaking out, and I was like, "My fault, Coach. One more thing, I gotta cut you off. I don't want to disrespect you, but Coach, you're a legend to me. I'm happy to be here." He was like, "Same, man. Happy to have you here." I'm just like, this shit sounds like such a like. Imagine Bill Belichick just being like he, Jalen Mills was saying like it seemed like he was used to it, like he was a rock star, like you know what I mean, like Bill Belichick was just like what
Martin is now, where he's just like, I'm gonna be in one.
It's so funny to hear Jalen Mills had that reaction.
That is cool. Fucking Jalen Mills, Trayton ass.
But I'm excited to have him come in and fill in for Patrick Chung.
He's so versatile, dude. He can fill in all those spots.
Hell yeah. But that's pretty much all the Pats news I had there. Oh no, I had we did get 3 comp picks for the draft. So one of them was a 3rd rounder.
Okay. I actually had 2 things that you missed for the Pats that I saw. You guys released wide receiver Marquise Lee.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, you guys dropped his ass.
We're not really using him much anyway. It's all good.
Yeah. And of course, your boy Patrick Chung retired.
Yeah.
Retirement.
I kind of mentioned it a little bit, but I didn't hit on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's awesome, man. I'm glad to see you guys stacking up with all your damn money you have, getting two of the top 5 like tight ends in the league.
We saw this coming last year. Everybody was like,
Bill
"Oh, we know the
Belichick
Patriots are
playing
gonna have
chess
so
when
much
everybody
money."
else playing checkers.
He's just like, "I'm playing. Go ahead, sit out this season. I'm playing for 2021."
Checkmate. Like as soon as the season starts, checkmate.
Checkmate. No, he's gonna checkmate whenever. Oh, you know what? I did miss something Patriots related too, but he's gonna checkmate at the end of the year when we're getting that Lombardi. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Robert?
just that's all he's gonna say in his press conference is checkmate, Tom.
Checkmate. Tom, I still have 2 more Super Bowls than you.
Suck it.
But Robert Kraft was quoted speaking about Tom Brady and the Super Bowl, and his tune changed up a little bit from a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, I'm happy for Tom, happy that they win it. You know what I mean? But we're in the business of winning. We're not in the business of playing to exist. We're in the business of winning. Trying to win games here, trying to win championships. So like, pretty much what I got out of it is he's like, he also said if it's not us, it might as well be Tom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if it's not us, then I'm happy to see him win it. But like he's it seems like the old man's determined to get back. He wants to hold that Lombardi again. I'm like, man, you're some greedy bastards. Some greedy bastards, and I love it. Keep it going. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Must be nice.
That's all.
Must be nice.
You know what I find myself thinking about sometimes? And I'll be like sitting and be like, how many Super Bowls did they win in the 10s? And I'm like, how many did they win in the 2000s? And I'm just like sitting there thinking, trying to we lost this many. I know it sounds like some rich kid shit, but I'll be sitting there thinking about that
privilege.
I'll be like, how many Super? Oh, that's right. Oh no, we went to 4 in the 2000s, and I'm just.
I've seen the Eagles go to the Super Bowl twice. Win one, lose one.
Both involved my Patriots.
Both involved your goddamn Patriots. And Jalen Mills goes and signs with them.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
It is what it is.
Tom Brady left me.
And goes and wins the Super Bowl.
I still can't believe that shit happened. Like, that's worst case scenario. That's literally worst case. That wasn't worst case scenario. Worst case scenario would have been him going to Miami and winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But this is damn near, like, how far away is Tampa Bay from Miami?
Not far.
Really that different?
Far from Miami.
It's really that
close
different,
enough.
Worst case Ontario. But what you got?
I mean, I talked about the Flyers sucking right now. It's not looking like it's going to turn around anytime soon. So I'm kind of prepared for them to miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
Bulls not looking so hot. They're 4-6 in their last 10. They lost this last game against the Jazz. I think they just played.
I mean, it's the Jazz though.
But yeah, I mean, they're literally, the team right outside of 8 seed still. It's Boston has the 8 seed, and then the Bulls are right there.
Damn, Boston fell to the 8.
Boston is at 8 seed now. They are 21-22. The Bulls are 19-23, and they're tied with the Pacers right now.
I think the Bulls still could legitimately make the playoffs.
Oh, definitely, dude. I think they can too. Because I mean, they're not terrible, but they're not great. They're not good either. They're like they're like right in the middle. But I don't really have any news for the Bulls. Pretty much all Eagles news this week, and there's only 3 things that happen because we don't have any cap space. No cap space. We signed safety Andrew Adams, who played in the Super Bowl last season with Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
He has 32 starts in 5 seasons with the Giants and the Bucks. He's usually used on special teams and sometimes on defense. I don't really know what we have planned for him, but it seems like he's a decent addition.
Probably be a depth move if anything.
Yeah, exactly. So that was a good pickup. The one I'm most excited about is I already talked about the free agent signing of safety Anthony Harris
Oh
from
yeah.
the Vikings. I am really excited about that. That's definitely boosts our secondary a little bit. I'm hoping that maybe we can restructure some deals or get something figured out to add maybe someone else, maybe because I think we should have another corner. We were supposed to have a meeting with Dory Jackson before actually today, but he met with the Giants and ended up getting offered that deal and everything. So man, we were
Damn
so close.
Giants.
That damn Giants. And then another thing with the Ertz situation, if the
Yeah.
Eagles can't get any value through trade, keeping him through 2021 and letting him sign a new deal as a free agent in 2022 would likely provide a fourth round comp pick for the Eagles. So
Nice.
Eagles, as of right now, as it stands with Ertz, they let him go out to try to find a trade, but they are said to not take anything less or than a third rounder.
Because if they don't, then
Yeah.
they don't.
So I mean, as of right now, I've seen rumors and news saying that the Eagles are not going to if they can't find anything worthwhile that Zach Ertz brings to them for a trade, they're going to keep him and they'll
Yeah.
have Ertz for this season. Let him walk in free agency, scoop the fourth round comp
You
pick.
might as well.
I mean, I would rather have him for another year, him and Goddard. But I mean, I know how he really isn't happy right now, so that could translate to the team. So I don't know.
mean,
but
He
yeah,
understands, like if he's given an opportunity to go find a trade and he can't, it is what it is. Rather
boost your
stay
spot,
employed.
man. You'll go to a decent team or whatever. Make more
Mhm.
teams want you.
Exactly.
But as of today, the news broke that Eagles signed veteran and former Super Bowl MVP quarterback Joe Flacco as the backup
How
to
do you
Jay.
feel about old Joe?
I actually do not mind it. I am actually welcome it because this pretty much means that we're not taking a quarterback with the sixth pick in the draft, which that was the first thing I thought of when I saw that is yes, we are not taking a fucking QB in the in the first round.
Now you got your backup.
That means unless Howie goes Howie mode and drafts someone outrageous, we should be getting Smith, Chase, or Pitts.
And you're not going to get Nick Foles now.
And we're not going to get Nick Foles now. Exactly. That was one point I was going to make too. There's no QB competition. There's no QB controversy in Philadelphia. If Nick Foles would have came, as soon as Jalen Hurts plays a bad game, Philly's going to call for Nick Foles to be in there.
Oh, put Nick Foles in the game.
Calling for Joe Flacco to come into the game. If
they're delusional if they do.
They're delusional if they do. And that's not saying to me that Joe Flacco is a terrible quarterback. I think he still has some in the tank. We've seen him play last year with the Jets. He played
like Mitchell Trubisky to me.
Yeah, he's not terrible, but it's not someone you want starting for you.
Maybe 10 years ago.
Maybe 10 years ago. I think
7 years ago.
I think he would be reliable. I think they would be able to change to fit what he does.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I don't like about it is I wish they would have kind of signed someone with the same
style
as Hurts, just so they wouldn't have to change the whole offense if something happened. They would be plug and play. I thought if we were able to get Jacoby or maybe Tyrod or someone else, I don't know. But
still, I think Joe Flacco would be. He's not super mobile, but I think he'll be mobile enough to at least execute the plays.
Exactly. And I mean, I'm knocking on wood. I don't think anything's going to happen to Jalen. He's very young. He seems like he's fucking I've been watching his workout. The dude's fucking built too.
Yeah.
But I think Joe Flacco will be a good mentor for him. He'll be a good teacher. Just how McCown was when he came in and he helped Carson and everything. I think it'll be a good mentor and help teach him out, show him the ropes. So I mean, that's mostly what I'm excited about is how he's going to help Jalen in the long run.
Right.
But
I think it's a good move.
I think it's a good move as well. But I really don't foresee anything really happening with the Eagles.
This is a nice safe move there. As far as your Eagles go, man, we'll see what happens in the draft because you can fuck around and draft a great player.
Oh yeah,
I
think that's the only way we're really going to be adding to the team going forward. I really don't see us adding any more free agents or making any trades unless it's something that Howie comes up with. You know, who knows?
Yeah.
But
Right.
who knows? Because I was not expecting them to trade for like Jay Ajayi back in the Super Bowl season. That was out of nowhere.
Right.
I mean, who knows? But I think I don't really foresee anything crazy happening up until the draft, you know, and hopefully nothing crazy happens in the draft.
We'll see.
Hopefully, I'm screaming with excitement that we drafted one of the like top prospects, like
Not that you traded up for Mitchell Trubisky.
yeah, or something like that, man, or take some like top linebacker or something like some crazy like with the 6th pick, like. Bro, you could have got that shit later. Come on now. But anyway, that's all I have for my bias bubble.
Okay.
We'll go on in with the last thing of the podcast here. That fact of the podcast. I just gotta find it here. All right. This is pretty crazy. This is a baseball one.
Okay. Baseball started back up, spring training.
Baseball starting back up. So here's a baseball fact. More people have walked on the moon than men who scored against Mariano Rivera in the postseason.
Damn. The legend. I got Mariano Rivera's on that picture I have of my wall there. Not the one here. This one's Derek Jeter, but the one on this wall right here.
Yeah.
Mario Rivera, bro. Legend. I didn't know that. That's
walked on the moon, and only 11 people scored against him.
And he retired now, so that's done.
You ain't taking that away.
That's awesome. I think he was the last player to wear 42.
Oh, really?
I think.
That's pretty cool.
I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna have to do some more research into that, but man,
yeah,
that's cool.
Back to the podcast.
Okay.
Pretty exciting week again of free agency and NBA news. I'm sure there'll be some more here heading into next week.
Trade deadline is the day this drops, so we'll have some more news to talk about next week.
Yeah, so I'm sure there's going to be some crazy news then.
Right.
But until then, make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to follow us at Squad Pod Sports on Twitter, and make sure to check out all of our other Squad Pod programs on the YouTube channel after you like and subscribe. Got some big innovations coming here next couple weeks of the Squad Pod YouTube page, and who knows, maybe with this podcast in general, we haven't really decided as of right now. But be on the lookout for that. We'll announce more when the time comes, but it's some exciting news going on. But yeah, until then, hopefully we have some good news till next week, and we'll see everybody later.
Peace out.
Peace.
Pod.